What if I told you that your thoughts are not just inside your head, that your emotions are not just something you feel, but something you transmit? Every second of your life, your energy is shaping your future. But here's the problem. Most people don't realize what kind of signal they're sending. They think they're just stuck in life. They believe change is slow, difficult, almost impossible. But not only ancient wisdom, but also science tell us otherwise. If you've ever had a moment where reality seemed to shift in your favor, where something you deeply wanted suddenly appeared in your life, tell me in the comments. These moments are not coincidences. They are evidence of a deeper truth. Your energy creates your reality. The secret is knowing how to use it. For thousands of years, spiritual traditions have taught that our inner state determines our outer world. The ancient Egyptians believed that thoughts and emotions shape destiny. Hindu texts speak of the aura, the electromagnetic field surrounding every living being, and Buddhist teachings emphasize how mental energy attracts experiences into our lives. Today, science is beginning to confirm these ancient ideas. Studies show that your brain and heart generate an electromagnetic field that extends beyond your body. In deep meditative states, this field becomes stronger, more coherent. But here's the question. If your thoughts and emotions have energy, how can you use them to create the life you truly want? Jim Carrey once was a struggling young man chasing his dream of becoming an actor. He used to wake up every morning with nothing. No money, no acting jobs, no guarantees that his dream would ever become real. Most people in his situation would have done what they always do. They would have opened their eyes and immediately recalled their problems. They would have replayed every rejection, every failure, every reason why success seemed impossible. And here's the key. The more you focus on something, the more you energize it. If you wake up every day feeling stressed, you are broadcasting stress into the quantum field. Your energy becomes chaotic. Your body releases the same stress hormones, cortisol, adrenaline. And because energy attracts energy, you keep experiencing the same struggles. Jim Carrey could have fallen into this cycle. He could have focused on the fact that he had no money, no opportunities, no connections. And if he had, his energy would have remained the same. His reality would have stayed the same. But he did something different. He understood something that most people don't realize. Your brain does not know the difference between a real experience and an imagined one. If you replay old pain in your mind, your body experiences it as if it's happening now. And this is why people feel stuck. Their energy field is trapped in the past, and so their life keeps repeating the same patterns. But what if you could break that cycle? What if you could shift your energy and, in doing so, change what you attract into your life? Every night, Jim Carrey would drive up to Mulholland Drive, park his car, and visualize his future. He didn't just wish for success, he lived in the energy of already having it. He imagined himself receiving acting roles. He saw himself shaking hands with directors, signing contracts, hearing people call his name in excitement. He felt the joy of success before it happened. And then he took it one step further. He pulled out a blank check, wrote his name on it, and made it out to himself for $10 million for acting services rendered. He dated it for 5 years in the future and carried it with him every day. At the time, there was no reason to believe this would happen, no evidence, no proof, but he embodied the energy of success before it arrived. And 5 years later, almost to the exact date, he was cast in Dumb and Dumber. His paycheck, $10 million. Now, was this magic? This is how energy works. Most people look at their circumstances and react to them. They feel stuck because they keep broadcasting the same energy that created their current situation. Jim Carrey didn't do that. He lived in the frequency of his future self, even when reality showed him nothing but obstacles. And eventually, reality had no choice but to catch up. So the question is, what energy are you waking up with every morning? Are you replaying old stories of failure? Or are you stepping into the frequency of the future you want to create? The universe is always listening, and it responds to the energy you choose to live in. Jim Carrey is not an individual's case. Some of the world's most outstanding achievers realize the same simple truth. By changing your energy, you can bend the world to your will. Before he became one of the greatest athletes of all time, Muhammad Ali was just a young boxer with a big dream. He wasn't the strongest, he wasn't the fastest, he wasn't the most technically skilled, but he had something that set him apart: his energy, his belief, his unshakable certainty. From the very beginning of his career, before he had won a single major fight, he didn't just hope he would be great, he declared it. He told the world, "I am the greatest. Not I will be, not I hope to be. I am." At first, people laughed. Critics called him arrogant. But Ali knew something that most people don't realize. Your energy does not wait for external proof. It creates it. He didn't wait to become champion before he felt like one. He felt it first. He trained, spoke, and carried himself as if the title was already his. And then, reality followed. Time and time again, he stepped into the ring against stronger, more experienced fighters, and time again, he won. Not because of physical strength alone, but because his mind, his emotions, and his energy field were already aligned with victory. He had trained his body to feel the emotions of his future before it happened. Let's take a closer look at what Muhammad Ali and Jim Carrey actually did from a scientific perspective. They weren't just being hopeful. They weren't just daydreaming. They were shifting their entire state of being. They used intention, emotion, and repetition to create a new neurological and energetic pattern in their bodies and minds. When Muhammad Ali said, "I am the greatest," over and over again, what was he doing? He was installing a belief, not just in his conscious mind, but in his subconscious, where real change happens. And every time he said those words with emotion, confidence, conviction, certainty, his brain started firing in a specific pattern. Neurons that fire together, wire together. Over time, that pattern became stronger. It became automatic. It became a part of who he was, and the body followed. His physiology changed, his energy shifted. He walked, talked, and fought like the greatest before the world agreed with him. The same thing happened with Jim Carrey. When he visualized himself on movie sets, laughing with directors, holding a $10 million check, he was rehearsing a future reality. And the brain doesn't know the difference between real and vividly imagined experiences. This is called mental rehearsal, and studies show it activates the same brain regions as the actual experience. Athletes have used this for decades. They visualize hitting the perfect shot, and their brains and muscles begin to learn that motion without moving a muscle. When Jim Carrey felt gratitude, joy, and confidence as if his dream had already happened, he created a biological match to that future. And here's the critical point. When your inner world, your thoughts, your emotions, your energy matches the reality you want, you become a magnet for it. That's not magic. That's coherence. Dr. Joe Dispenza's research, along with findings from the HeartMath Institute, shows that when you combine clear intention, the thought, with elevated emotion, the feeling, your heart and brain enter a state of coherence. In this state, The electromagnetic field around your body becomes stable, organized, powerful. Your body stops producing stress chemicals and starts releasing dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin, the chemistry of wellness, motivation, and trust. And in this state, you're no longer living in survival. You're no longer reacting to your environment. You're creating from a place of alignment. That's what Ali did. That's what Carrey did. That's what anyone who has deliberately shaped their life from the inside out has done, whether they understood the science or not. But what can you learn from this? How can you bend reality according to your goals and desires? Because this isn't just about famous people. It's about a process, a practice that anyone can apply, including you. Ali and Carrey didn't just think positive thoughts. They trained their energy day after day. And the good news is, there are simple, powerful techniques you can use to begin that shift. The first one is to practice mental rehearsal. This is one of the most effective tools Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches, and it's exactly what Jim Carrey was doing when he visualized his future over and over again. Mental rehearsal means closing your eyes and imagining your desired future in as much detail as possible, but feeling it as if it's happening now. Don't just see the movie in your mind. Be in the movie. If you want to be successful, feel what it's like to already live in that success. What do you see when you wake up? Who do you talk to? What does your body feel like? What emotions are moving through you? Do this and your brain begins to lay down the neural pathways for that reality. Your body begins to fire the chemistry of that future. And soon, your energy becomes a clear broadcast of the life you're calling in. The second one is the practice of elevated emotion. Thoughts are the language of the brain. Emotions are the language of the body. To create real change, you need both. So every day, yes, every day, practice generating elevated emotions on purpose. Sit quietly. Close your eyes. Think about something you love deeply. It could be a memory. It could be a dream. It could be something as simple as the warmth of the sun on your skin. And then, feel gratitude, not for something that already happened, but for something that's on its way. This is the key. Gratitude for the future. When you do this, you signal to your body that the experience is already real. You begin to align your energy with the outcome you desire, and the field responds. Third, create a new identity. Muhammad Ali didn't wait for the world to call him great. He told himself who he was before anyone else believed it. You can do the same. Grab a notebook and write a description of your future self. Be specific. Be bold. Don't write what you hope to be. Write who you already are. In energy. I am confident. I wake up feeling excited and focused. I attract opportunities easily. I speak with clarity and purpose. Read it every morning. Say it out loud. And feel it. You're not trying to become that version. You're reminding your system that it already exists. Because it does. In the quantum field, every possibility is already there. You just have to tune to it. The fourth and fifth techniques are probably the most powerful. They focus on how you start and end your day. Let's start with your new morning ritual. How you begin your morning determines who you are becoming. Before the world pulls you back into your old self, before you check your phone, before you respond to the outside, you have a small window of power. This is the moment where change happens, where energy is most malleable, where identity can be reshaped. Each morning, sit in silence for 10 minutes. Visualize your future self. Feel the emotions of that version of you. Breathe deeply and slowly. 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. Speak a few affirmations out loud. Do this for a few minutes, not to relax, but to return to yourself, to disconnect from the noise, to bring your attention into your body, into the now. This is where your power is. This is where your future begins. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent. But what about the evening? Before you sleep, your brain enters a highly suggestible state. This is the perfect time to give it direction. Just like Ali declared who he was, and just like Carrey rehearsed his dream, you can plant the seeds of transformation before you rest. Try this. As you lie in bed, say to yourself, I am becoming the version of me who already lives this dream. Show me what I need to know while I sleep. I am open to new opportunities. I am ready. Then let go. Sleep is not a break from the work. It's where your subconscious begins to process, rewire, and align. What Muhammad Ali and Jim Carrey did wasn't luck. It was practice. They didn't just hope their lives would change. They became the change. In energy, in emotion, in thought. And you can too. Start with 10 minutes. Start with one visualization. Start with one new sentence about yourself. The moment you shift your energy, your reality starts shifting with you. Because the field is always listening, and it's ready to respond to the signal you choose to send. If you're ready to start practicing this daily, comment below. I'm stepping into my future self. And don't forget to subscribe. This journey is just beginning.